Hi, I'm Alex Lima. I am a GoldenGate product manager at Oracle. I would like to bring it to you today a demonstration on the GoldenGate Migration Utility. The Migration Utility was released in October 2021, and the purpose of the utility is to help customers migrating their classic architecture replications to the new 21C microservices architecture. In order to do that, the documentation specified that your 19 configuration needs to be in a certain patch level. For this demonstration, I have specified here on the bottom the patch level that I use if you want to investigate that. And I don't want to get into how to apply a patch with the O patch. There's a lot of documentation that you can and you can look into that. The purpose of this is to demonstrate the migration utility. So I do have an environment set up as it is right now with a replication coming from a west database, which is going to be our source, to a east database, which is going to be the destination. The purpose of the demo, to simplify the demo, I created a hub environment where everything is in a hub configuration. So your extract, your pump, and your replica, they're all inside this hub server, which connects remotely to the source and target. The pump specifically, because it's a hub configuration, I didn't have necessarily, I didn't need it to create it, but I did it for demonstration purpose that we can also migrate the pumps to the microservice. So as you see here on the screen, you can see a EW1, which is my extract, a PW1, which is my pump that pumps locally to the same location, to the same host, but in a different location. And I have a replica that applies remotely. Once we go through this process, the expectation is that we will see everything migrated to the microservices installation, microservices home. It's going to be the same EW1. It's going to migrate it. The pump is not going to exist anymore because now the pump is in the microservices. It's a distribution service, so it changes a little bit, but the concept is the same. And the third process is the replica, the RE1, that it applies to the East database. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make this happen. So the way that I had it set up is on my right side of the screen, I have the destination microservices architecture. You can see that I have although it's a destination, but think of this as it's running on the west. That's the deployment name. I have a version 21.3. As you can see, there's no extract or no replica. We will see them migrated here once we get this done. Distribution service, which is going to be the pump. It's not here. Doesn't have anything here. In terms of configuration, we don't have any configuration. We don't have any credentials. Okay, so everything is pretty clean and just the installation. On the left side of the screen, I have my SQL developer just to simulate you a couple transactions. I have the source table in red. We're going to change this employee ID record just to demonstrate that the replication is working. The target on the blue is the East database. So West database, just an employee table from the HR schema, very simple test. So in order to do that, we have in the hub, you can see that we have all the microservices processes running, and we have all the classic replication running. Okay, so with that, I can go to my classic. First of all, let me show you that, the patch set that I was talking about. This is what I have for this demonstration. And again, the documentation specified the minimum patch set that you need to be. This is the latest one. So I let you use your best judgment which one you want to use, but you need to use at least the version that is specified in the documentation. So let's go through the process of migrating this. So as you can see, I have the three processes here. They're all locally. And the first thing we have to do is stop the three processes. I actually wanted to, before we do that, I actually wanted to run a transaction. So we can simulate a transaction here. Okay, so everything is that. So as you can see, I have my first transaction here. I'm gonna update this Steven name to Steven Classic. So just to demonstrate that the Classic is, you see that it went to Steven Classic, and I expect this one to be Steven Classic in a minute. In a second, again, if it's a minute, that's bad. But this refresh every 5 seconds. So let's see what I got here. Well, that's not good. There you go. All right, so now this replication is working. We know that because we just did it. So now we have to stop everything. And once that everything is stopped, which means the migration, there is a little outage on your replication in order for you to migrate it to your microservices. So you need to, why is this extract is not, oh, there you go. You need to coordinate with your change management to pause that. So let's stop the manager. So everything is stopped. So now what we have to do is go to the where I downloaded the utility. Again, I had the patch here as well. So the utility calls OGG migration package 21.1000. It's a jar file. So what we have to do is java -jar utility name, and I can do a help here so you can see the options that we have. We have to specify the classic home. We can do a debug for debugging, and we can do a dry run. If you specify here dry run, it's gonna go through the process, but it's not gonna actually migrate. So it's sort of a validate. So it's a good thing to do it. I already did it, so I'm not gonna go at that right now. So if I do a classic home and I put the classic home here, and if I go ahead and, so as soon as I press enter now, it's gonna start the process of migrating. And on the right side, I expect the process to start popping up here on the right side, which basically is copying all those files from the classic home and sending to the architecture home and restarting the process. What happened here? Requirement. Oh, classic. I misspelled it. Classic home. Okay. There you go. Now it asks me for the username and password for the service managed on the microservices architecture. So, okay. So after that, it's gonna identify which processes we have on that home, and it's going to ask if we wanted to continue. So yes, I have these 3 processes and I wanted to continue. Yes. Okay, so the process I migrated, as you can see here on the right side, it's popping up already. The last thing that it asks is if you want to meet the pump to be on this default location. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna enter and accept the default. Now it's asking me if I wanted to migrate the globals. I'm gonna say no, because I don't have globals on this environment. Now it's asking me if I wanted that wallet, and I'm gonna say yes. I wanna bring all the credentials. It says that I already have a wallet, and it's asking me if I wanna overwrite. I say yes, I wanted to overwrite, I wanna bring it. So with that, as you can see here, migration complete, 4 processes were migrated successful. So now let's take a look on the, why did you do that? Let's take a look on the right side. You see the process are here, but they don't start automatically. You have to start manually. And let's see if the distribution service here, yes, this distribution is here. As you can see, it named it default. It takes the name of your pump and add the gist path as the default. So let's go ahead and try to start this. And I usually like to wait to start everything, but there you go. The extract started. The replica should be started in a minute. It did. Let's start the distribution path. There you go. If you come here, we can look that is running. It's on the trail file 3. That I am not sure why it's in the 3, but it is. So it should have deleted the previous ones, but let's see if this is working as we wanted. P1. So this is all the configuration of the gist path. You see the source, you see the target. Notice that it's both local. Let me run. It looks good. Everything looks good. Oh, let's see the credentials came as well, as you can see it. Parameter files, they all came as part of the migration. So let me run another update. Now I'm going to update the same record to microservice. As you can see here, now it's microservice. I expect this to be microservice in a minute. Oh, in a second. Okay. I see that the replica is running. Oh, there you go. Replica updated. We can take a look real quick here on the statistics. I expect to be 1 update. It's running. Let's look at this one. Statistics on the replica. Why is it taking so long? Hey. Trail file 4. There you go. 1 update on the extract. See if we can see here. It should be 1 because we just did 1 too. There you go. 1 update on the replica. There you go. And there you have it. This was pretty simple. I mean, of course, in your environment might be different. and you have to fully test it. And this application is fully supported by Oracle. So if you have any issue, you can create an SR and we will help you. I hope this was helpful, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.